We did some more of the CHD watches for Jillian's journey. For her, I believe it's for her siblings, if I'm not mistaken. The ones we did before were for supporters and family. This time, obviously, for family once more. But I believe all three are going to siblings. That said, we made them a little bit smaller on the leather strap, so you wouldn't have a crazy amount of leather going around your wrist. But so we'll just grab one and show it to you. So each one is identical except for the hands. So every single one of them, we did a brushed case. We did Jillian's initials here. So when these are screwed down, some of these the initials aren't going to be lined up, perfectly straight up and down as I would have liked it. But so we've got Jillian's initials here. We've got Jillian's journey lasered into the leather straps. So we've done a brushed case. Now we just did a simple stock style bezel. It doesn't come all the way out to the edge. So a little bit tougher to just accidentally bump. Just the standard black with the red diver style at the top. Low profile exhibition casebacks. It's not sticking up off the wrist too far. Steel movement holder in there, silver rotor. And then, as I said before, we made them a little bit smaller. So this side's about a half-inch shorter than it normally would be. And this side's about an inch shorter than it normally would be. So still decently long, but made them for smaller wrists. So this one, so all of these are hand painted and then brushed. So they'll be slightly different from each other. Did the CH in red, did the D in blue, just like the actual logo. And then we went around and painted the pips in red and then went back in and then pipped over top of it. So this one has a silver handset with a red seconds hand. This one's got a white handset with a blue seconds hand. And then this one's got a red handset with a white seconds hand. So we've got a nice little red, white, blue kind of going on with the seconds hands. And then obviously different hands with each one. We got pointer style on this one. We've got, it's kind of a pointer style as well, isn't it? I guess they can all essentially be pointer style hands. That's actually what you call those ones. But so all of them made exactly the same. Same leathers, same case backs, same engraved initials on the sides. So and then all matching bracelets with them. So I know Mikey knows because he's got a build from me. But just in case you'd happen to forget, all these bezels will turn left, they'll turn right. I made them a little bit tighter, but these stock ones are already kind of free float, which is why a lot of people swap them out to begin with. But made it as tight as I could. So with these brushed cases, if they would ever nick it, just take a Scotch-Brite and then brush the same direction with the green side. So your bezels will go left, will go right, they don't click. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind them, you can wear them, you can put them in a winder. But if they are dead or they're not going to be very active, you'll want to pre-wind it before they put it on. Otherwise, they're probably going to lose time. And how you do that is you back the crown off the threads until you hear it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. If you turn this backwards, it doesn't do anything, but it's a lot easier to just go back and forth winding. Or you can do the single passes. Or you can just go a lot faster and go this way. So if you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, if you're not very active, you will still keep time through the day. But if you do it for something closer to 15, 20 seconds, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve. You cannot overwind it, so you can wind this thing all day if you want. If you pull it to the one and only click, you can now set your time. So it's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. And you're going to notice you've got a wobble crown that deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem, going into the movement. So so if you're pushing and prying on, it's just rolling. But what I do is I just kind of pull it tight, pull it out a little bit, and that helps not throw it around. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 10:06 a.m.
10:06 a.m. Also, it makes it nice and easy to push right back over and thread down. So that is how you wind one of these. That's obviously what I do, because all of these are set to the same time, and I wound them last night or yesterday when I built them, and then make sure that they're keeping time today. So 10:06, 10:07ish, 10:06ish. So there we go. All of them are the same. So those are the builds. So nice Horween leather with brown leather paint down the sides, off-white stitching at the base and at the tops, and then a laser etch there. Then we do like a tan keeper with off-white stitching as well, brushed clasp to match this case. So those are the overall builds for Jillian's siblings. And Mikey, I appreciate you thinking of me and including me and doing something to memorialize something for Jillian. So these are the watches that I was able to come up with. They did a little bit of hand picking on them, but we made them all exactly the same. So they're all going to come with matching beads. I also made them just a little bit smaller than normal. They're all just going to come in these nice little special edition boxes. All these builds, each one is going to come with its own watch cleaner. So this is good on all glass and metal parts. So everything there. So if they get dirty or anything like that, just spray it on. Let it sit there for a minute and remove anything, and then just wipe them clean. They're non-streaky, non-toxic, non-residue. And then each one's going to have some leather conditioner. This is good to keep the leather perfectly soft. You're maybe applying a little bit of this every 6 months. Just if anything doesn't feel like it's as soft, just use it sparingly. A little bit will go a long way. Just put it on there, rub it on there, let it sit and kind of like soak in. And remove any excess, but just try not to have too much excess. A little bit will go a long way. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon repackaged. If you scratch this acrylic glass, which you can, put a tiny bit on there, buff against that scratch, filling the scratch. Just keep going back and forth, filling the scratch. Just apply this where the scratch or the blemish is. And utilize your thumb, generate some heat behind your included microfiber. So once you put it on there, just use the microfiber, and I kind of either go back and forth or kind of swirl it around there. And the quicker you do it, it almost kind of like puts some heat behind it, and it kind of puts it in there and kind of sets it real quick. So and then if you find that it didn't do it, just apply it once more and go back and do it again. So but that'll make the crystal go back to perfect on those things. But those are the builds. Once again, thank you for thinking of me and trusting me to put something together for you guys. And thank you all for watching. And if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do for you. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.